And our last story tonight comes from the UK, where a child was allegedly raped, not in the real world, but in the Metaverse, meaning virtual reality or VR. Metaverse is a digital landscape where individuals can interact with each other. They can play games, work, buy virtual property, attend concerts, and apparently even grope people, abuse, harass, or rape them. That's what happened in the UK to a 16-year-old. She was playing a virtual reality game when her avatar or digital character was attacked. She was gang raped by online strangers. The child did not suffer physical harm because it wasn't an attack in the physical world, but she suffered nonetheless. Now, for anyone who's not experienced in the world of VR, it may not sound like very much. But that's the thing about Metaverse. It feels overwhelmingly real. It is designed to be completely immersive. So the girl was not in real physical danger, but she suffered the psychological and emotional trauma of being raped. This is a landmark case. And for the first time ever, a virtual rape is under investigation, but there are complications here. Complications which are not limited to the UK, which apply to the whole world, to governments everywhere. For starters, the police is struggling with an enormous backlog of actual rape cases. So should virtual attacks take up investigative priority? That's challenge number one. Secondly, in criminal law, rape requires physical contact, but that's not the case in a virtual assault. So does it even qualify as rape? Thirdly, Metaverse blurs geographical boundaries. People from different countries can play the same VR game. So which law enforcement agency has jurisdiction over which incident? There are many such questions. But one thing is quite clear. Governments and policymakers are not learning. They made the same mistakes with social media, and now they're not prepared for the monstrosity that is Metaverse. As things stand, Metaverse complies with existing laws, like laws related to intellectual property or cryptocurrency. But it lacks clear legal frameworks of its own. So virtual cases become difficult to solve, like virtual sexual abuse. It has different legal implications, and they're not fully understood or defined. So police chiefs have called on platforms to do more, to protect their users. But the response has been lukewarm, and I'll tell you why. Mark Zuckerberg thinks Metaverse is the future of the internet, so much so that he's rebranded his company, Facebook, as Meta. He's invested billions to develop its VR headset. Now, Meta has responded to the UK case. It has said, and I'm quoting, "The kind of behavior described has no place on our platform, which is why, for all users, we have an automatic protection called personal boundary." This behavior may have no place on the Meta platform, but it clearly exists. A number of sexual attacks have been reported on Horizon Worlds. That's Meta's VR game, Horizon Worlds. There have been complaints about the tool they mentioned, personal boundary. It's a tool. It sticks users in a protective bubble if they feel threatened. It stops players from interacting with other users, and it resembles casual victim blaming. This is the digital equivalent of telling people that if they don't want to get harassed, they should just stay home. It is old-fashioned misogyny repackaged for the digital age, and sexual abuse is only half of the problem here. Metaverse is being used by 400 million people worldwide. 400 million, 80% of them are children younger than 16. So millions of children can now visit virtual reality rooms where avatars simulate sex. They can visit virtual strip clubs. These are new avenues for cybercrime like virtual robbery, fraud, identity theft. And the laws we have today barely cover these acts because law is only playing catch-up with technology. And tech giants continue to fuel these dangers because they make money out of it. Metaverse is lawless and free for all. Its only limits are the imagination, and it is not prepared for what it's creating.